We do notice that politicians still are politicians. Dominic Perrottet and a number of the other basically New World Order people have decided to pull back liberties that Dominic Perrottet said we would get, and he's secretly walked them back once he's realised how much he can get paid, like Gladys. Now Gladys has been given immunity by the Liberal Party. She won't be investigated for her corrupt dealings. That isn't already in process under ICAC. Of course, Daniel Andrews is currently, he said he referred this to his ministers to IBAC, and there's a little bit of a downfall coming with that one at the moment. Anyway, there's a few things which would make people who like liberty and not annoying people and not controlling and people not profiting from big pharma by injecting shit into people that they don't need. You would think that maybe things are improving, but they're not. Okay, just be warned. Disclaimer and warning, here it is for you today. We're going to do Bitcoin futures. BTC USD Bitcoin futures new line. What we are seeing is the genesis of probably some sort of fifth wave of a third wave, full stop new line. You can see from the closing price chart that it's having difficulty closing above that $57,990 area, so make it $58,000 for full stop new line. If it can do that, then all well and good, but at the moment it's not going on with the biz new line. BTC USD. There has been a theory that the institutions are buying, because if we saw Jamie Dimon, as I explained on Wednesday, Jamie Dimon was telling us that Bitcoin is worth nothing. Gentleman who was setting up a fund to buy Bitcoin and makes ostensibly a lot of money for himself by doing nothing other than buying Bitcoin and charging you a fee for that pleasure. He was saying that the fact that money would pour into a fund that was buying Bitcoin would have a small effect on a price of Bitcoin, full stop new line. Clearly, these people are constantly lying and manipulating public opinion, full stop new line. Which is good for us, full stop new line. Right now, we can see that in terms of extension rallies, this is up around the 1.618 area in the, sorry, this is the AUD USD new line. BTC AUD. I probably gave this area as a target, and it's kind of hanging around there, full stop new line. I had an order to sell at $80,000, and of course it did not get there, and I'd already pulled the order to do that, full stop new line. So more fool me, full stop new line. You will also notice that in terms of monthly charts, the highest monthly close that this has had is at $77,420, We have now 2 weeks to go, or 16 days is probably more accurate, or even 17 days, because the 15th has only really just started. And one thing I'm noticing is a lack of increasing volume. I really want to see this break up and out of this $80,000 region. Otherwise it's at risk both short term and longer term if we're looking at the Bitcoin futures against the US dollar. This is Bitcoin versus the Aussie dollar, of course, full stop in line. On Bitcoin futures, it's probably not going to break through the new high. We'll have a look at it in a second. BTC USD. Bitcoin versus the US dollar is not as strong as Bitcoin versus the AUD USD. It is approaching some of those extension targets that were given down lower. And you'll notice also the volume. We are effectively halfway through the month and the volume is less than half. So it's still a little bit disappointing in this rally, full stop in line. Now this is Bitstamp. It may be different on Binance. Let's have a look at Binance. With Binance, the volume is not as bad because at least we have some July and August increases in volume, full stop in line. But I'd really like to see this get through 12,000 coins. Is it 12,000 coins? No. I want to see it get through this level here, which if I can... I must admit, I don't know how to get this volume, but it really needs to get above this red bar for me to get all barred up about it, full stop, new line. On the daily charts, all we will do is we will raise our stop loss up to $54,000 on our PHG trade. And we notice that volume is okay on the daily, so we're crossing our fingers and hoping for breakout on the dailies, full stop, new line. So we're not quite at break even yet. We have taken some profit. And we have another part profit take at $60,000 for stop new line. Let's flip up to the Aussie. Flip back to the Aussie at least. We can see it just missing out. Now it didn't break down below $73,000, which I think puts us into the category of happy. Stop loss should be at $74,900 if you are not already stopped out and you are still long. Full stop new line. If we are stopped out, we will go for rebuys at 68,171 for 1/3 and 65,000 for another third. If we are executed on the rebuys, we will have a stop loss at $59,000 new line. ETH USD new line. Ethereum. We were hoping to buy at 33,045. Sorry, $3,045. We were not executed. And for those of you who were lucky enough to get involved or stayed in your position, volume is good. This is what is normally happening as we get nearer a top. The Ethereum is running. Stop loss should be at $3,400 new line. So at the next top, what I'm considering doing is converting some parts of my Ethereum to Bitcoin, as the Ethereum is now taking over control and will be worth more. And I'll swap it back into Bitcoin for stop new line. Usually about a month or so later is when Ethereum tends to top from memory, so it might take a couple more weeks for stop new line. LTC USD new line. Life was good, but notice the lack of closing ability above the old closes above $180 full stop new line. Notice also we got bought into, but we are not profitable at the moment, which is a little bit of a sad sign. Entered and afraid. If you are stopped out at $171, which is the new stop loss, then rebuy at $164.50 with a stop loss at $149. XMR USD Monero. This is a little bit of a sad song. At the moment, we are seeing increasing volume as it's falling. We are long and we are probably unhappy, new line, and stopped out. We are not yet stopped out, and we are praying and hoping to God that, or Anthony Fauci, depending on what your religion is, that this gets above $280, but it just simply ain't new line. So at the moment, we probably are long almost from around the area where we've put our stop loss at $262, because we've had two bites at the cherry, one at $250 and one at $283, but it's still a little bit annoying, full stop, new line. Matic USD. Sorry, this is Matic AUD. Not USD. We can see that it got pummeled. We are still long, believe it or not. We can bring our stop loss up to $1.57. Which is closer to entry, but still a little bit far away for making profit. Full stop, new line. DGB USD. Actually, on Matic, let's put in a take profit at $1.75 for 1/2. DGB USD, DigiByte. Yes, it broke above 5 cents, but no, it didn't follow through. Let's put a stop loss at 4.7 cents. Entered. The little ones should follow Ethereum because Ethereum is the second ranker and the little ones are the third ranker, so we might have a chance, but certainly at the moment it's a little bit depressing. Full stop, new line. Luna USD. Monthly charts column. We can see volume is okay, but not what we require. We probably look for a pullback down to $20 or something like that at one stage. If the whole structure shifts down, that would be where I'd love to sit there and buy with a stop loss long term below $15, new low. Weekly charts column. We see the weeklies breaking down a tad and probably think of somewhere between $30 and $23.50 as the likely culprit. Notice the weekly volume. It's got another 3 days really to go, so it could still exceed last week's volume on the high. Full stop, new line. So a pullback is reasonable. Full stop, new line. Daily charts column. On the daily charts, buy a break above $40 with a stop loss below $34.78, targeting $41.96, new line. At the moment, maybe it's in confusion state. If it can clear that up and regain its self-composure, then all good. Full stop, new line. Hope that was useful, Eugene. Okay. Let's move on to the great unknown. I noticed that the US dollar has done some sinking. You too, Eugene, enjoy yourselves. And, enjoy yourself. And Rob, you enjoy yourself too. Have a good one. So welcome to the Forex Speed Webinar for the Friday the 15th of October 2021. Here is our disclaimer and warning. We have long-term bullhorns warnings in the AUD USD, which probably is working at the moment. We have short-term bullhorns warnings in the Euro USD and USD CAD. It's a little bit strange, but anyway. These guys are working the opposite system. We have long-term bed pause warnings in dollar index and Kiwi. We have short-term bed pause warnings in da nada, da nothing, da zero, da zip. Dollar index, DX. Got a little bit of a slap and tickle. Swing is down. Dream of 93.38 and 92.64 and 92.51. 51. EUR USD. The euro versus the US dollar. We can see it's come up and it's confused. Should come back down to here at 1.1560. The thing that we were looking at is looking to buy a break above 96.75, so I'm a bit of a dummy. But the euro we were looking to sell, bracket the market, we're looking to sell or buy a break above 1.13. I don't remember that at all. Z5, this is drugs, completely different. Forget it. Forget about it. Wrong date. That was 2015. Back in my early days with the PhD trades tables. I was thinking we had something else. Aussie, we're long. Stop is at 0.7285. Let's just see if I feel better looking at a different date. Yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, let's look to buy dips at 1.1560 for the euro. $1.1565, and this is stop loss for 1.1515, and TBA potential. Now the Aussie, we are already long. I hope I saved the cryptos. 72.85 is the stopperoonie. Aussie dollar. She rocks. And they can bring that stop up to 73.10. 73.10. We have achieved some of, no, we haven't achieved some of the. We have achieved some of the goals, not all of the goals. USD CHF 0.9350, 0.9367. We are 93.50, never got filled. Bummer. Anyway, good idea, badly executed. CAD, dollar CAD, 1.2569. We're short 1.2569. Let's bring the stop down to 1.2465. I'm happier about that. took profit on half, so we're now at where we took our profit point with a stop, so we'll be a bit basically happier. Why is that wrong? How is that wrong? Why is there an error there? Oh, go away. I should have checked my numbers. You said something different. You're looking at the wrong table. These would be really smart. So we're looking to sell on a breakdown below 0.69 in the Jacinta Ardern. We're looking to sell Jacintas and the New World Order. That didn't work, did it? Anyway, I'm happy it didn't work. It's probably looking for 0.7178 and 0.7213. Now, as currencies get more expensive, property prices locally actually start to go down. So Aussie dollar may be getting harder for people from overseas to buy and pay more in different currencies. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's maybe look at the yen. It's gone 1-to-1. Probably bigger 1-to-1, isn't it? That's the swing. I'd suspect we need a pullback down to 112 area for that. Let's shift into something more commodityable. Welcome to the Commodity Speed webinar for Friday the 15th of October 2021. Here's a disclaimer and warning in case you didn't know where we're coming from. We have short-term bear pause warnings in crude oil, cotton, heating oil, live cattle, lean hogs, platinum, gasoline, oats, rough rice. We have, that was short-term. We have long-term bear pause warnings in cotton, heating oil, orange juice, coffee, sugar. We have long-term bullhorns warnings in live cattle, palladium, platinum, oats. And we have short-term bullhorns warnings in bubble, German bond, JGBs, basically a lot of fixed interest. Orange juice, palladium, sugar, silver, and 5-year notes and 30-year bonds. And 10-year notes. Yay! Baltic Dry Index, I've been talking about a pullback down to 48.74, maybe 42.35. Apparently a lot of the shipping companies, or at least the ports, the port of Los Angeles is the biggest one. It's down in Long Beach, I believe. And they started to say, we're going to walk around the clock 24/7. Now, if you'd notice, most of those ports are actually run by robots. Robots do most of the work. So COVID can't be a really good excuse for that. They just haven't got enough robots to do things. So they're happy to kill off a lot of the world now that robots do most of the things. So they're getting rid of people. As you can see, public servants are being sacked for not having a jab. And employers are told to sack those people and stand them down without pay and hope that they die. They don't get paid redundancy. This is all against employment law in the name of the pandemic, and it's a complete lie. So, anything that they are doing now, I am sure, guaranteed, is a lie. And it's done for advantage. And if you think I'm crazy, you probably thought I was crazy back in January last year and November last year, saying we're being lied to on a scale we have never ever seen before. Anyway, that I feel better now, don't I? Meanwhile, Xero keeps on upping my cost of doing my accounting every day. Every day. every day. Okay, so that's going down. Now, Joe Biden stepped in to save the day after the port said it was going 24/7. Good on you. Good on you, Joe. Well done. Stepped in. Mark says, I don't think you're crazy. A lot of people think I do. They also think I'm very aggressive and very mean, and I'm nasty to people when I say, guess what? 0.3% of the people who get this die. They go, that's terrible. What about the people who died? They're over 80. The average 85. I'm sorry, people have use-by dates. And, oh, by the way, they're living in nursing homes, and you don't visit them. Let's go on to the basics. Sorry, got distracted. Something happened. London nickel, just for the clown show. Look at this, clown show, clown show. Uranium. Let's see if we get some data. I doubt it. No, I'm always really, really hopeful, aren't I? I'm just too stupidly hopeful. Jumped above 48 bucks a pound. Look at that. We can't see the chart, but it says above 48. Remember the other day it was, that's mid-October, and remember it's now mid-October, so is it above? It was down at 37.38 last time we looked, and while the spinning wheel of pleasure is going, oh, the uranium, classic ABC decline. How good is that? Ha, beautiful. Okay, now is this just part of a bigger fourth wave? Possibly. So we'll be banking some cash today, I think. Don't know what the data is for today. If it's above 52, then don't bank the cash. If it's below 50, then probably bank the cash. Watch this little table here. Let's have a look at some of this other stuff which pollutes the air and kills people. Chinese iron ore. Haha. Yep. Look, it got to that 130 zone and it didn't like it. Got to 129. It's back under some support. It needs to really get above 130. So we probably see our friends, the Mr. BHP, etc., getting a bit annoyed. Okay, that's not good. Where's Chinese iron ore? This is coke and coal. It feels like it's struggle street at the moment to me. Truly does. It might keep going, but probably about a 30% chance of running on from here, in my pathetic opinion. Yep. Cocaine coal. Cocaine coal. Okay. Aluminium. This has been a pleasure to own via Alumina, AWC. Looking for 261. Look at the movement. This is so good. I guess if you're gearing for war, aluminium is a really good component for jet fuselages. So possibly that's why China's buying so much. Seriously, I think we're going to start seeing some takeover offers for Australian coal companies coming from Asia, because they want to get a hold of our coal because they like to use it so they can take it over. It's a bit like Adani. The Indians like to use coal, so they bought Adani coal mine. They don't care what people think of them. They don't care whether they're going to be cancelled. They care about making money. The alarms have started. Wait, the oppression. The arrests will be starting soon in New South Wales. In fact, there are a couple of people who have been reporting on the corruption in the government, particularly John Barilaro. The gentleman's been arrested. Also, a person celebrating Gladys's demise, the death of the witch, has been arrested and put into court. All very interesting things. Let's look at the bonds first. So ZB, which is the 30-year bonds. These have been going up. Did you like that? I think that's fun. We can bring our stop loss up to 158 and 4/30 seconds in Z bondages in the 30 years. Yay, team. Oh, did we get filled? Gladys, did we get filled? 15:30 seconds, 1:30 at 15:30 seconds. So I doubt if we're going to get filled at 2:30 seconds. Yes, we got filled on the half, on the third, and that was on today is the 15th, so the day we got filled was the 13th, and we are running entered 1/2. target is still in play. In fact, we're in the 160s at the moment, so we're hoping for that one. 10-year notes. I feel proud of myself for a change. 10-year notes, well, for the time being. 10-year notes, I didn't like this as much, did I? It's still kind of sloppy, really. It's come back down into some support, but really it needs to kick through to 131 and 21.30 seconds. I haven't looked at the Australian bondages for a long time. Let's look at the Australian bonds. They are rallying. Look at this. Over here, we're lending to the government at 1%. Over here, we're lending to the government at nearly 2%. And this is Scott Morrison. Would you let that guy finance a car through you? I don't think so. He's a blancmange. 98.55. He has no visible means of support. Let's go under the grainages. Anyway, hopefully this comes back up here, so we're lending to the government at 1.5%. And they'll be taking from us. Let's get onto the grains, which means corn. Corn still really blows. It just sucks so bad. Soybean oil. It's kind of a bit moribund. I think we've got some soybean meal, haven't we? This may bode okay for soybean meal. No, pathetic. We got stopped out, eh? 311 is the low. Okay, let's just kill that. That should have been deleted. Boom. Boom. We've already been stopped. Soybeans, we've got wheat. Soybeans. Oh, it went into the 11s. It's got 11s, 1170s. Yay, yay, yay. I'm happy with myself. We have to start thinking about it. Now, November is far too close. And I think there is a January bean contract. So let's check this claim. Is it an F22? Yeah. So there's January beans. And they've been below 11, but not much. These are good. We're going to do 1247 in terms of hunting the beans. So we're going to change to, I'm going to do a copy this. I'm going to do an F22. Now I don't normally like doing, I prefer to do May beans, but it's getting too far out. We'll just do 1/3 on a break above 1245. And close is better. If you want to just wait, stop below 1050. Do I make that 1150? Potential. Okay, so this one, we'll see if we can get filled in the October one, sorry, November ones. But now let's look at Wheaties. We're down in the where the grains are possibly good value. Wheat, disappointed. So 7, 12, 16. I did raise the stop up, isn't it? Didn't I? 712 filled. So we cancelled that order. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what cancel meant, but it looks as if we were entered and we should have been filled. Stopped out exclamation mark for a loss. Sorry that to the grainage. Now let's go into something a bit more soft. Coffee. We've had a hard red wheat and now we have softs, which is coffee. Forming a triangle, of course. The triangle is annoying. Stop should be at 203.29. That would mean we are making some money. TP. Now we're probably down to the 1/3 area. We'll have it take profit at 215.63 if not stopped out, i.e. OCO. Okay, we have some good news for the people who love buying stocks a bit later on. Lumber, we're looking to buy at 659. No Philly, no Philly, no Philly. The orange juice is sad, looking for 121.97. We're not quite there yet. And sugar, honey, honey, sugar. Yeah, toppy. Look for 1722, 1881, probably. Now let's look for the energetic commodities, which are crude oil. Crude oil is doing okay. If you're long, stop is at 79.31, 79.31. Natural gas, no, actually heating oil. Heating oil is enjoying its time in the sun. It's doing better than its other friend, isn't it? Okay, what I suggest is if you are long, have a stop loss at $2.40, 2.4985. If you are stopped out, think about $2.31. If you wish to short it, you would put a stop loss above $2.57 and look for $2.42 or $2.32. 31 cents, sorry. Natural gas. Water gas. They call it Mr. Natural. Now this is the one they're all talking about on the GBC. We notice that it's come up into the retracement area, so we have to respect that. We notice it's taken a couple of days to do that, so we have to think that it's a correction. All of the noise would make me think that it's probably going down to $3.58 and $4.68 on the downside. I would be thinking about shorting this. Let's short this with a stop loss above $6.30, looking for $4.68, and $5.31 New Line. Let's short this on rallies to $5.79. We will short the December contract. And where did I put the stop? $6.29. It's a bit of a big ask, but we might do the mini contract. Potential. We had a good run in cotton. I won't do a RBOB gasoline, it'll be much the same. That's coming back quite nicely. It's doing it on increasing volume, so look for lower. Let's talk about metals. And in the metal stakes we have gold. Gold has done good. It's done better than I thought. It's done, Cindy's been hopeful for it. So we'll call this wave A, B, maybe 1, 2, 3. We can start thinking about 1930 once it gets through the 1840 area. If long, have a stop loss at 1766. We are not long. We have been ignoring the metals, been looking to buy silver only. It's been pathetic, and I'm sorry. Silver is breaking out. So we're going to buy dips in silver to 23.25. Stop loss will be below 22.2. And I apologise. Gold. I have a lot of gold stocks on my plate, so probably that's why I'm a bit shy of it. Copper. Copper is doing the huge thing. So the Chinese are back buying stuff. Hasn't broken through here, but if you wanted to buy it, you could buy dips down to $4.47 with a stop loss below $4.37. I think that's it for any commodities that we like to peruse. Palladium. Pull back down to 2060 or 1970. Let's do something. Here endeth the lessony. Now let's talk about equities. We want to talk about equity, not equality. Anybody living in Africa who's had people move to America who were not slaves should be getting paid because they might have been treated as if they might have been slaves in America. That's called equity. Doesn't make any sense to me because they weren't affected as a genealogical thing. But I'm a white racist, supremacist, Nazi, misogynist. YouTube's listening to that, so you can hear that in YouTube. There you go. I've admitted it. Constantly getting my swastika out and rolling around in it. In fact, it's my bedspread. Okay, let's go. Beyond caring about these people, they can kill me. I don't care. So let's welcome ourselves to the World Indices Profit Under Speed webinar for Friday the 15th of October 2021 today. Here's a disclaimer and warning. We have short-term bear pause warnings, including Anglo Gold and BP. We have short-term bullhorns warnings in bugger all, but I think you'll find we will have some creeping in this week. Facebook is on the pick. Imagine me telling you to buy Mark Zuckerberg. Some people say that's not his real name. Anyway, whatever it is. We are short, meaning we've been buying the Volatility Index, and I said probably best to take some profit, and it failed. And I think we may have been stopped out at 18.10 overture price. Let's go and have a look. Dow Jones Industrial Average New Line. Sorry, Dow Jones Transportation Average New Line. We can see that it's banging into some old tops. We can see also the volume was not so good. So maybe this is its first foray out and it can rotate back down to 14,096 at worst and 14,323 at the middle, or 14,565 at the earliest convenience. Full stop, new line. The swing is up, so things are a little bit more cheerful. Full stop, new line. Dow Jones Industrial Average New Line. This is at the top of the triangle. Normally I would be telling you to sell it now. Full stop, new line. The rising volume makes me not want to do that. The top of the triangle does make me want to do that, so I'm confused which is the job of the triangle. Full stop, new line. If you are long, have a stop loss at 34,400. Full stop, new line. My strong preference is to believe that this has the potential for going up, but it probably needs to crack through 35,000 to make me want to go with it. Full stop, new line. S&P 500 cash index. Full stop, new line. If you do want to go with it, have a stop loss at 34,400 in the Dow. In the S&P cash index, we can see that it's gone 1-to-1. It's violated the triangle, full stop, new line, but it's gone 1-to-1. So we have another confusion factor. If you did go long, have a stop loss at 43.83, full stop new line. E-mini S&P new line. We see the next target is 44.39, which if this was a correction, we would want to sell into, full stop new line. If this was happening in early October and we got a rally up to this point, I'd be telling you sell it, full stop new line. Because it's mid-October, I cannot tell you sell it, full stop new line. Notice the volume decline as price fell in this last decline. So things have changed. The world has moved on from the mini little bear move that we had down here, full stop new line. Now this does look like it's done enough and volume is good. The question is, can we get a dip? The dip best would be 44.10 or 43.91, full stop new line. We were short and we stopped ourselves out. We were unfortunate enough not to actually get to 4,300, and it only went to 43.20, so should have taken profit. We're stopped out, exclamation mark, for a loss. Stopped out, exclamation mark, for a loss. Volatility Index, the VIX, new line. It was a good game while it lasted, and we have been blasted, full stop new line. We were stopped out, exclamation mark, for a loss at 18.01. On a gap open, full stop new line. The game is up. We are not going to be playing this for probably a little bit longer time than I'd like, but it was good fun while it lasted, full stop new line. Nasdaq New Line. This has come out of the starting blocks. It's looking for 15,200 New Line. We are going to buy market on open, the Nasdaq, or the Nasdaq futures open this morning, full stop New Line. You might want to be a bit cheeky and buy the Nasdaq futures on a dip down to 14,978 New Line. Potential. The stop loss will be at 14,000. We will buy 1/3 market on open and 1/3 at 14,978. We will buy the S&P E-mini market on open. For 1/3 and buy dips down to 44.10 for another third and 43.91 for another third. We will have a stop loss below 43.63. We will think about 44.78, full stop New Line. Entered in potential. Entered in potential. E-mini S&P internals. We can see that this is probably a bit overcooked, so let's bring our entry down to 44.20. On the E-mini S&P, the Nasdaq we will keep the same, new line. German DAX, new line. This has gone 1-to-1. It's near the takeoff area. It really needs to get through 15,600. If you did go long, it did look like one of the nice things. You might want to bank some profit first thing in the morning, full stop, new line. And raise your stop loss up to 15,200, full stop, new line. Euro Stocks 50, new line. This was giving us the sign that it was an early adopter of the new world order of the bull. Looking down towards 4102, or at least the dead bear was the new world order. Look for 4070 if it gets a little bit less happy, full stop, new line. Italian MIB, new line. We see a target at 26,415 and 26,558. Shanghai A-shares index, new line. We can see a descending triangle, so we still hope that China has a bit of destruction up its sleeves, looking for 36.36 on the downside, full stop, new line. Hong Kong Hang Seng, new line. This gets better above 25,800 and it gets worse below 24,300, new line. Japanese Nikkei. Nikkei. Still a bit feeble, look for 28,631 if it's got some strength. But run a mile if it breaks below 27,692. It's probably got to do a rally up to 29,458 and get everybody happy about it, and then hurt them again. Full stop, new line. Australian Share Price Index Futures, SPI, new line. A breakdown below 72.64 looks for 71.75. A break up above 73.53 looks for 74.29. Full stop, new line. Australian Share Price Index Futures, SPI, new line. The current chart makes me feel like it should come back down to 7,300. Maybe it doesn't fall really badly because the rest of the world's doing okay, but I think it will be probably a bit ignored. Full stop, new line. Okay, thank you all for gracing me with your presence, and I will catch you in the Australian room. See ya, bye. hopefully the banks will be ignored and maybe go down a bit. Then we can, hopefully the banks will be ignored, hopefully, and then can go down a bit to pick up for dividend. Is that 1st of November an official decree, or I guess